Everyone, this is Bharti Gupta, student of MSc Math 3rd SEM from Kanya Mahavidyalaya College, Jalandhar. Today I am going to explain the theorem of the Schwarz inequality. So before starting the theorem, I would like to explain some of the definitions. So the first definition is inner product, a function from x cross x to k that assigns to each ordered pair a scalar is said to be the inner product on x if it satisfies the four axioms. The first axiom is inner product of x and x is greater than or equal to 0 for all x belongs to x. Here, capital X is the linear space over the field of scalars, and inner product of x and x is equal to 0 if and only if x is equal to 0. Now, the second axiom is inner product of x and y is equal to conjugate of inner product of yx for all xy belongs to x. Now, the third axiom is inner product of cx and y is equal to c inner product of xy for all xy belongs to x, where c belongs to k and the k is the field of scalars. And the fourth axiom is inner product of x plus y and z is equal to inner product of xz plus inner product of yz for all xyz belongs to x. Now the second definition is inner product space. A linear space x over the field k equipped with an inner product defined on x is called the inner product space. Now, the statement of the Schwarz inequality says that if x and y are any vectors of the inner product space x, then the mod of inner product of x and y is always less than or equals to norm of x into norm of y. Now we'll start the proof. Now first case, if y is equals to 0, then we know that the norm is induced by the inner product space x and it is given by norm of x is equals to under root of mod of inner product of x and x. So we will use this norm here. Now consider norm of y. Now we can write norm of y as under root of mod of inner product of y and y. On putting the value y is equals to 0 here, we get norm of y is equals to 0. It implies norm of x into norm of y is equals to 0. We mark this equation as first. Now consider the inner product of x and y. On putting the value of y is equals to 0 here, we get inner product of x and 0. Now we can write 0 as 0x, and we know by the property of the inner product space, the second element in the inner product comes outside in its conjugate form. So we get inner product of x and y is equal to 0 conjugate into inner product of x and x. Now we can write the inner product of x and x as norm of x square. So we get 0 into norm of x square. It implies that inner product of x and y is equals to 0. It also implies that the mod of inner product of x and y is equals to 0. We mark this equation as second. So from first and second, we say that mod of inner product of x and y is equals to norm of x into norm of y. Now, so inequality is true for y is equals to 0. Now we will consider the second case. If y is not equals to 0, then for any scalar u, we have 0 less than equals to norm of x minus uy square. We have used here the first property of the inner product space, which says that the norm of x is always greater than equal to 0 for all x belongs to x. Here we have considered x minus uy instead of x. So the norm of x minus uy square can be written as inner product of x minus uy and x minus uy. Now we can write this inner product as inner product of x and x plus inner product of x and minus uy plus inner product of minus uy and x plus inner product of minus uy and minus uy. Now the first term can be written as inner product of x and x as norm of x square. In the second term, minus u will come out in its conjugate form. So we get minus u conjugate into inner product of xy. In the third term, minus u will come out as it is by the property of the inner product space. So we get minus u inner product of yx plus u into u conjugate into inner product of y and y. Here in the fourth term, minus u has been come out as it is, and the second minus u has been come out in its conjugate form. So we have written as u into u conjugate into inner product of y and y. Now we get 0 less than equals to norm of x square minus u conjugate into inner product of xy minus u into inner product of yx minus u conjugate into norm of y square. Here we have taken minus u as common from the last two terms. We mark this equation as third. Now we will choose u such that u conjugate is equals to conjugate of inner product of xy by norm of y square. We know by the second property of the inner product space, conjugate of xy inner product can be written as inner product of y and x. So we obtain the value of the u conjugate as inner product of yx by norm of y square. Now we will put this value in the third equation. From third equation we get 0 is equal to norm of x square minus inner product of yx into inner product of xy by norm of y square minus u into inner product of yx minus inner product of yx into norm of y square by norm of y square. Now the norm of y square will cancel out in the last term and the inner product of yx minus inner product of yx becomes 0. So we are left with 0 less than equals to norm of x square minus inner product of yx into inner product of xy by norm of y square. Now we know that the inner product of yx can be written as conjugate of inner product of x and y. So we get 0 less than equals to norm of x square minus conjugate of inner product of xy into inner product of xy by norm of y square. Now we know that if an element is written in the product form with its conjugate, then we can write it as mod of this element and its square. So we have used that property. We get 0 less than equals to norm of x square minus mod of inner product of xy its square for all xy belongs to x. Now adjusting the terms, we get minus norm of x square into norm of y square less than equals to minus mod of inner product of xy square. Now we get, taking the right term on the left hand side and left side term on the right hand side, we get mod of inner product of x and y is less than equals to norm of x and norm of y for all xy belongs to x. Thus theorem holds for both the cases, hence proved. Thank you.